I attended the workshop held by Landmark yesterday evening on the Highway 191 commercial zone, and I'd like to beg to differ a little bit with Mr. McNeely.
That's not a microphone over here. That's the live stream mic.
With Mr. McNeely, that in my opinion it was not a positive meeting, and I was very upset by it. I first want to say we appreciate that Landmark is listening to concerns being voiced by Spanish Valley residents and homeowners and members of the Northern San Juan County Coalition. Nearly 20 coalition members residing in Spanish Valley were present and spoke in support of improving the zoning. However, there were several who didn't want to see any changes. They are developers, real estate agents, and owners of existing which, by the way, are not permitted overnight rentals. Their goal is prioritizing personal financial gain rather than residents' quality of life. Not one of these people went up and looked at the other options being proposed on the boards by Landmark. These people want a Love's truck stop, but they do not care that quality of life and property values of adjacent homes will be impacted. People who have their life savings invested in their homes and could lose everything. They say they don't want Spanish Valley to become like Moab, but at the same time they don't want government control. They can't have both. Without stricter ordinances, there is no question that Spanish Valley will become like Moab, or even worse, a strip of chain motels, tourist condos, and ATV rentals. Most favor a position where overnight accommodations would be allowed upon approval, but not as a use by right, and that's an important difference. I think this is a compromise that is fair to both sides. Also, opponents to the new ordinances do not want to have to go to Moab to shop, but without appropriate ordinances, there will be no businesses for their shopping. Out-of-town developers will continue to bid up the price of land for hotels and tourist accommodations so that local businesses cannot compete. Improved ordinances must be implemented as soon as possible to ensure the development of local businesses that serve the residents and create an attractive shopping area. And lastly, I'm shocked to have to report that Planning and Zoning Commissioner Lloyd Wilson from Spanish Valley openly stated at the meeting that he has invested or speculated on property along Highway 191 and, quote, will lose every penny, quote, if stricter ordinances are imposed. This is a clear conflict of interest, and he should not be allowed to vote on Planning Commission's recommendations, and I even think he should be asked to resign. Spanish,